was more upset with the committee's ruling last year to strip our delegates. Understand where we are today. The rule of your committee is that we Floridians have no votes. That's what this committee adopted. That's how you voted. We are here today asking that we be reinstated according to the petition of our Florida Democratic Committee man, and to be reinstated in a fashion in which the party can unify. Let us unify. Floridians from all different sides of the equation are asking you to give us the power to be unified Democrats. We're asking that you reinstate with respect to the maximum delegates to Florida under your rules.
So you would not oppose full votes, full delegation? Would you oppose it?
We have answered the question in this sense.
I don't understand. Yes. I don't think you have. I'm not clear.
Okay. The issue is, how do we become unified? You have an Osmond petition before this committee. The Osmond petition provides for a formula of which only this committee, not the Obama campaign, not the Clinton campaign, you have the power to determine, according to the Osmond petition, what the formula will be. We will respect that decision, honor it, and move forward.
Thank you, Congressman. I think I understand your answer. And one clarifying point?
Yes, you had a point of clarification.
Yes. In your presentation, Congressman, you referred to you referred to the DNC staff or DNC saying that the candidates weren't required to, I forget your exact words, participate in the slating process. I think because that has been put on the table, we need to clarify what that is. And I believe that's the memo of October 5th. And if I read it correctly, I want us to be clear on it, since this has been asserted. It says, accordingly, since the delegate selection plan was not in compliance, presidential candidates' campaigns do not have to. It does not say they are forbidden to, they may not. It says they do not have to. Am I reading that correctly?
That's a correct. You're reading it correctly. Yes.
So in other words, you could have participated in the slating process, or you could have chosen not to, according to the memo that was referenced here.
Yes.
Thank you.
I think Congressman Wexler deserves an opportunity to respond to that statement.
The Rules Committee informed the candidates in writing that the delegate slating and candidate approval provisions of the non-compliant delegate selection plans of both Michigan and Florida were without effect. Again, the committee did this. A candidate who followed the ruling of the Rules Committee should be allowed the opportunity for delegate slating and candidate right of approval for the candidate's delegates if the delegates are in fact reinstated. These rights are inherent rights for the candidates under the DNC's delegate selection rules.
Excuse me, again, I don't want to belabor the point, but I really want us to be clear, because an assertion is being made that you followed the rules by not participating. That's not what the memo says.
I think the question has been asked and answered. I think when we get to our argument and discussion this afternoon, we can come back to it if that's what you'd like to do. Harold Ickes.
Congressman, thank you for your passionate presentation. Before asking my question, I thought useful to note that 4 years ago, when there was a full-blown, hotly contested, multi-million-dollar primary, 750,000 people voted. My question is as follows. You referred in your remarks in connection with the Osmond petition that it was a concession, and you referred to the number 19. And my question of you is, what concession is being made? And you imply that a different standard perhaps should be used.
First point, Mr. Ickes, and you know as well as I, if you're referring to the presidential primary of 2004 with respect to Senator Kerry, by the time Florida voted in March, Senator Kerry effectively was the presumptive nominee. There was no contest like there has been this year. With respect to the second part of your question, we could not be clearer. We support the Osmond petition. That is the petition that you have before you. Also, what could not be clearer is that you have the power to partition and determine those delegates. What we are saying is that up to the number of 19, which is the maximum amount allowable under the Osmond petition and under your rules, we, the Obama campaign, will support that effort. And we do so in an effort of unity. Why, Mr. Ickes, is it a significant concession? Because in the state of Ohio and the state of Pennsylvania together, Senator Clinton won a total of 19 delegates. And here we are today offering a resolution that brings Florida voters together, that actually amounts to both the victories in Ohio and Pennsylvania. Let us unify. Let us move on.
Mr. Ickes, do you have a brief follow-up question?
Yes, Congressman. I gather that you do agree with the concept of fair reflection under our rules?
The concept of fair reflection? Mr. Ickes, you'll have to educate me on what the concept of fair reflection is.
No. Okay. All right. We will turn to Ralph Dawson for the next question.
Did Mr. Ickes not respond?
He chose not to speak further.
Congressman, thank you for your presentation. I just want to clarify something. In the offer to support a plan that would provide 19 votes to Senator Clinton, more than that of Senator Obama, does your plan, as you understand it, contemplate that there will be a reslating so that each senator gets to select those people who will represent them in this process?
I thought I had answered that before. I want to make sure I've got this right. The Obama campaign takes the view that it did not have the opportunity that it would have had under an ordinary situation to review that slate. Today, of course, there are no Florida delegates that are authorized by your committee. And what the Obama campaign is saying is should, and we hope you do, reinstate Florida delegates today, that the Obama campaign and any other campaign, but the Obama campaign has the opportunity to then review that slate as it would in any other circumstance as it has complied with the rules. You should not penalize a campaign for complying with your rules. That, I think, you would agree.
And I'll just explain for our audience that in the rules language, in rules speak, reslating means candidate right of approval in a new process.
Yes. And I understood the congressman to say that this is their intent, consistent with...
That was what I understood as well.
Yes, thank you for the question.
Yes.